The OmniScan MX2 Uncorrected Amplitude C-Scan is primarily used for screening flaws and for length sizing. The C-Scan is available under the display layouts for any of the options that contain a C. The primary view for weld inspection is the AS and C scan. These views are also available in the Omni PC by right-clicking with a mouse and selecting from the same list. The C-scan is a 2D projection showing the focal laws on the vertical axis and the scan axis or mechanical movement of the probe or scanner on the horizontal axis. Each pixel in the C-scan is generated by the signal in the gate A or gate B as configured. Under the view settings for the C-scan, we select the source of the C-scan. The thickness C-scan or time of flight C-scan is detailed and explained in another section. The source of the C-scan by default is the amplitude of the signal in gate A that we see here. It's important to know what gate mode we are in, available under gate, mode, either first or max peak, and either under peak or leading edge. From the max peak mode, each pixel is generated based on a color palette for the maximum signal in the gate. Continuing into the display section, for the properties color palette, the amplitude-based C-scan is scaled from 0 to 100%, where white equals 0% and red at 100. The color palette can be manipulated directly here, or a custom color palette can be built and loaded and placed under this flashcard under the user palette directory. Analysis of C-scan data is performed by moving the data cursor to the flaw's position, observing the S-scan and A-scan that was used to build the pixel. Length sizing is performed directly on the C-scan using cursors for the scan axis reference, scan axis measure, and the delta between the two. So we see an intermittent sidewall lack of fusion that's occurring from approximately 120 to 155 millimeters. So we will use our cursors. We'll place a red cursor where the flaw length starts, using either a amplitude drop, a visualization, or a rapid drop type technique. We identify where the flaw starts at 120. We'll use a green cursor or the measure cursor to identify where the flaw stops, and those cursor positions are typically recorded in the report and in the indication table and kept visible from our two lists of 4 readings each. So in this case, our flaw started at 120 millimeters, went to 155 millimeters for a delta of 35.5 millimeters.